agree, and this is kind of what I expected. I think that, actually no, it's the opposite of what I expected, because I was talking to you before the broadcast, and I'm like, I could see YOUNGSUNG and Space Station trading maps, but being dominant in rounds, and it's been the opposite. It's been YOUNGSUNG winning maps in a row, and then just trading rounds within the game itself.
Yeah, YOUNGSUNG, they're looking pretty good. Our map is going to be Skyring Night, and we're already getting into the draft. Let's see how it's going here. Of course, this is game 3, potentially.
Loma Baco.
You think? You think the Baco? I think maybe it's the older. I was going to say it. Space Station Gaming did it too quick. Yeah. The older looked too good. Like, they were comboing around the older, like, both of the last 2 games, and it worked out really well for YOUNGSUNG. So for Bloom to ban that out makes a lot of sense. YOUNGSUNG, they see the older ban, and they lead off the charge with a Varesh. What do they got in their back pocket?
Well, they pick up Ulrich, so Ulrich, Varesh, and on the other side, we're just going to get more of the same out of Space Station Gaming.
Rook. YOUNGSUNG, give me Rook. I want to see Rook or
Rook
Baco.
ban.
Thorn.
Oh, Thorn ban.
Okay.
They do not want... Well, Rare Peeps Thorn has been solid.
Bloom is just like, I'm done with Older. I'm done with Thorn. We're playing against other things.
Give me other people to fight because it's not working.
Give me Rook. I want to be right.
You want Rook?
I really want to be right.
Okay.
Oh,
Rukon.
Okay,
Rukon.
Rukon. So Space Station Gaming running back with what they 15-0'd YOUNGSUNG with in Season 1. Rook, Older, Iva. But YOUNGSUNG playing the Varesh, Ulrich, Rukon. Did you see any of this Rukon last week?
So we saw Rukon in Europe last week. It worked really, really well. It's just the ability, it's almost similar to, I don't want to say similar to Thorn, because it's not similar to Thorn at all. But in terms of how you play the character, you have a lot of ability, you have the ability to pull people into you and keep things close together on the side of YOUNGSUNG and not get too spread out. Oh, I think Rukon is a decent pick here.
Yeah, Rukon's a very good range character too, right?
Yeah.
The Shadow Bolt does like 30 damage. He has the pull that can get the orb. In some ways, he functions very similarly to the Thorn. It'll be interesting to see whether or not it works out for him. The Varesh pick is what my eyes are going to be on.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Varesh does a lot of damage.
I mean, yes.
Varesh does a lot of damage, and if Space Station Gaming ever find themselves in a situation where they have Hand of Judgment on them, and there's also a Rukon just going on them with his Empowered M1, they're just going to get chunked so hard so quickly. So there's a lot to worry about here for SSG.
I feel like, was it YOUNGSUNG that played the Varesh that hit every single Hand of Judgment ever?
No, that was Excel Wizards.
Okay, that was
Skywind just hit every M2.
That's right.
He just hit literally every M2.
Either way, it goes to show you what happens if he doesn't miss. It's just a ton of damage and just a lot of utility on top of all of it if you can consistently hit your shatters.
Yeah, it's not like the SSG does not have the answers, though. They do have the Iva. The Zap, so incredibly important with that cleanse, getting rid of the Hand of Judgment in situations where you might find your ally getting comboed. So they do have the answers, but we'll have to see if Averse uses his abilities properly.
I think this will probably allow SSG to be aggressive the way they want to be, to allow Proster to play the way he wants to play, and hopefully Bloom can finally find some aggressive time travels for his team to capitalize.
Yeah, hopefully he won't have to use it and just relocate
get out.
Yeah, all the way.
After 75% of your health is gone.
Yeah, spamming it after getting combo, it feels bad.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
getting right into it.
Map 3.
Game 3.
We're in. Oh, he missed the pull there, and Proster wants to go right in onto it. He just gets knocked around, does a lot of damage. Zap forced out, but he's still doing a ton of damage. The Hand of Judgment has a shatter. Proster, what happened to you? Good night, good sir.
Proster's dead, dude.
He's gone.
He's just dead.
He's gone.
And that's exactly what I talked about. If you have Hand of Judgment and you just eat some Empowered M1s from Rukon, you're gonna just kind of die. And in the blink of an eye, Proster, he didn't even get to like 1 bar of energy. They just kind of ran over.
He got the zap from Averse, and then after they were like, we don't care. We're just gonna keep smacking you. And then again, every M2 hit the shatter, hit the M2 again, and hit the shatter again on the side of Varesh. And yeah, that's what happens. Sorry, Proster.
I just can't help but laugh. Like seeing that happen, he just like got ruined. And
I think we've all been in Proster's position right there. You know,
been in that position.
Absolutely.
It's important to note also that it's Jeter on this Rukon. Ninjas has found himself back on the Ulrich, and Rare Peep is playing the range DPS this game.
Ninjas played a really good Ulrich last round. I'm not surprised that they decided to go with it again. It worked really well. So in this game, obviously taking a really quick round 1 victory.
Nice blind coming out from Ninjas. A little bit of damage is going to be returned onto him, though. He's trying to find his way away. Oh, he hits that R. Huge. That retribution was very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Proster still what's going on it, but he gets blinds Proster out again.
Space Station Gaming, they're having a much better round this time, Jorby. They're up 10% in terms of HP. The older ultimate going to find some nice stun. Rukon has to play a little bit careful here.
That was a chance for them to try to capitalize right there on to, Rukon, but they weren't able to follow up Space Station. Weren't able to get it. Gloom finally found an aggressive ult to plop onto for Space Station. They're doing really well with mid control here, forcing YOUNGSUNG out, but YOUNGSUNG known for their combos, they're not out of it.
Yeah, absolutely not. YOUNGSUNG could still do this, though. It is pretty difficult as Rukon, the initiator, is getting very low.
Oh,
a nice pull into the ultimate. Let's see if they're able to find a kill here. That space is not available, and as a result, the stun is going to land. Jeter gets his consume off right at the end, but still the damage has been done as he's getting incredibly low.
Ooh, and Jeter ate the rocket as he tried to dash away. Yeah, he's got no health, and now they're forced back into this corner, and that rock just pushing him back. The tractor beam going to get the stun. No, he does have the dash available. Jeter in a lot of trouble, and now pushed on the backside, trying to get away from it. Varesh not able to, oh, actually Varesh did get up, but Rukon goes down, and Space Station Gaming has an answer.
Yeah, Rukon dies to the sands of time, I believe the time bomb, and now YOUNGSUNG not likely to take this round. Rare Peep, the only one that's left, not gonna bother moving even. Space Station Gaming, Proster doesn't get absolutely demolished this round, and they end up taking it as a result.
No, and actually, at the very beginning of the round, it started off, we saw the blind going to Proster, but Proster still hit his rush, and that allowed him to do so much damage, follow up with the M2, and just follow right through. It did a lot of damage early onto Ninjas, and then they had to back off, and that just kind of snowballed from there.
It did indeed. 3 rounds in now. We'll see who's able to get this momentum going. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me?
It's just You're a great guy, ATF.
Laugh.
I love you. You're awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I love the laugh.
I hate laughing.
It's okay.
Having fun sucks.
Well, Space Station able to fight back in this map. They have to win 3 straight maps here against YOUNGSUNG, who just want to close things out. The stun on the Jeter. Jeter in a little bit of trouble, and he hits Proster right in the counter.
Right in the counter. And the counter does get procced.
Oh, Proster, a lot of damage. And the Shatter, the time travel going to come in. Where's he going to go? Tries to get on the Jeter. Jeter gets away from it. So Proster taking a lot of damage, not able to return it back on to Jeter.
Oh, a lot of damage coming out here onto Ninjas. It was looking for a second like Space Station Gaming put on their best YOUNGSUNG performance, and the damage is just coming out.
Oh, into the machine gun, too.
From downtown.
Yeah. Got him with the max range machine gun. All the energy spent on the side of YOUNGSUNG and Space Station. There came to play in map number 3, and they take their first lead since map 1.
Yeah, they finally have a lead for the first time in the match, like you alluded to. We'll see if they're able to maintain it, though. So far, though, in this game, the rounds have looked very SSG favored, at least when Proster doesn't get annihilated.
Right.
So YOUNGSUNG are going to have to adjust. They're going to have better engagers and make sure Proster is not able to be as successful as he was early on.
It's finding the combos and maybe trying to put pressure on the back line. It's going to be tough with a Rook in front of your face the whole time, and this composition with Rukon doesn't really allow you to put on that pressure, but YOUNGSUNG much more defensive as a team. They draft defensively, so they want to be able to maybe if Rukon can find a pull onto the back line, get the silence, and get the big combo, YOUNGSUNG can come in big.
Decent amount of damage onto a burst to start this one off, but the counter is procced for Proster, and that's exactly what he wanted. He's getting up that energy, has that eat available, but a stun comes out. He does get the eat off at the end, but he does take quite a chunk beforehand.
Yeah, he lost half his health, almost took a lot of damage. The orb, where does it go? Space Station Gaming able to confirm it. That's big. They got a lot of energy. The machine gun going to be propped early here, not going to get a ton of value out, and the in-cap on the Proster is going to be deadly. A lot of damage. The Shadow going to come through and silence him out. Big plays from Varesh, and YOUNGSUNG get back into it.
Yeah, Rare Peep played so well there, finding the silence onto Proster. It actually landed mid-charge too, which enabled them to find the kill onto the Rook. And now YOUNGSUNG, they're going to secure this orb, and with it likely the round, as they have a 50% HP advantage and a 2-character lead now.
Yeah, that's how you get back into it if you're YOUNGSUNG.
Yeah.
Able to capitalize there at the end. Just a great job.
That punish was gross.
Yeah, a great punish onto Proster, and that Shatter getting the rush down, perfect.
Yeah, he like melted, and that's what you got to have happen, right? And that's the way YOUNGSUNG needs to play. They need to play around these combos. They need to make sure they enable Rare Peep. As it seems like in the games they're successful, Rare Peep is the one that's leading the charge.
And it seems like, I think that's the case on both sides as well. It seems like just whoever's front line wins, it isn't really backline not carrying the team, but more so swinging the pendulum in their favor.
Yeah.
Once Rare Peep, if he's able to do what he's able to do, then YOUNGSUNG wins. If Proster is able to get in and wreak havoc, then Space Station wins. It's been Rook versus Rukon, or not Rukon, excuse me, Rook versus Varesh on that end, as Varesh is usually the front line and Rukon staying back.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, right? This time, though, up front is the Ulrich, and oh my god!
Yeah, you're not supposed to be up front, Ulrich.
Yeah, Space Station Gaming, a beautiful taser from Averse enables them to find a quick kill onto Ninjas, and they just swing this game, or this round in their favor in an instant.
These have been quick rounds, big combos. Kind of the opposite of what we saw in map 2, where things constantly went to sudden death, 3v2 or 2v2, and now it's just, no, they've had enough. They're like, we're just gonna go all in, spend all we got. Hopefully we get a kill.
Yeah, hopefully they do. We'll see if they're able, or we'll see who is able to take this next first kill, and likely the round. We're in round 6 now, and SSG have an advantage.
I like I mean, they're getting good pressure out and really taking advantage of the, not passive, but defensive gameplay YOUNGSUNG has to play. You have an aggressive comp, so play aggressive and, you know, pick your targets wisely. It's really difficult. Trying to aggress onto Rukon has had some success, and then the pulls and the silence onto Averse. He does get out of it with the zap, but that was some early damage good by YOUNGSUNG.
Yeah, the important part about that is that Jeter was able to get out without taking any damage either. Very, very strong start for YOUNGSUNG. With this next orb spawning soon, we'll see who's able to take it. The M1 from Averse actually nabs that for SSG.
Sometimes all you need is the left click. Just click on them.
Click it.
Just click it. Wanted to go in. Proster does get the hit and then the knock right onto Ninjas. Ninja's going to turn right back onto Proster, but Proster's getting a ton of value right now and finally getting out of it. Wants to push back in, a huge pull by Jeter.
Yeah, Ninjas takes a lot of damage up top and is engaged against Bloom and Averse, and the orb is taken by SSG 2-0 in this round. A 10% HP advantage, but all of that HP is missing on Ninjas. He's getting so incredibly low. He is at risk of being burst, but he's able to position himself very far back now.
And the ult being popped from Jeter, but not getting a ton of out of it there. Proster actually taking a ton of damage on the pull of the silence, but he turns right back on to Ninjas, who's in danger. Excuse me, not Ninjas, Rare Peep. Keep forgetting Rare Peep is on Varesh.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? Rare Peep flexing his strengths here in the big silence.
Big shatter! And he gets it again, the zap able to bail out Proster. That was a dangerous situation.
Yeah, that zap was so huge. The green shard's gonna be picked up by Ninjas. The stun from the tractor beam lands on him, but Proster misses that charge. Very scary moment here for YOUNGSUNG, as they definitely need this next orb. The pull! YOUNGSUNG do get it! The ulti from Ninja secures it.
Yeah, wow. That's big for YOUNGSUNG. You see him sitting at about half energy. They pull it and then pulled it back. What a combo! Jeter pulls him in after getting bullied away by Ulrich. Ninjas and Jeter coming in big there for YOUNGSUNG.
That was an insane round. I thought for sure Space Station Gaming would inevitably be able to find the kill onto Ninjas when he got so low early on, but nope, not a chance. Instead, Averse gets comboed down the silence into, or that stun from the empowered M1 of Ulrich into the pull from Rukon, leading into the empowered M1. There was another silence. Just so much damage coming off these really small engages, and these are the things that win YOUNGSUNG the round.
And also fighting off Space Station, especially keeping Proster away. Rare Peep hitting every single silence on his shatter and keeping Proster, getting him away as soon as he goes in. It was really solid play all around by YOUNGSUNG.
Yeah, doing a great job not letting Proster get in and find the kill on Ninjas in the middle of that round. We'll see if they're able to keep it up, Jorby.
We'll see, and Proster finding himself in a difficult spot already. The zap forced out. Proster's forced back. Looking for more damage. He's actually going to find a ton here. And in a little bit of trouble was, Jeter. Jeter still getting aggressed onto, not Jeter, Ninjas.
Jeter now.
He's gonna try to turn back onto Jeter.
Yeah,
he does get out of it for now.
You said Ninjas, or you said Jeter early on, but then he started to take a lot of damage immediately after. Maybe a little bit of an oracle here.
Foresight.
You saw the future.
YOUNGSUNG struggling to find mid here. Proster doing a good job zoning people out. And now Space Station gonna confirm this orb. They do, and Proster just gonna get time traveled out.
I love that decision. I'm so glad Proster decided to go back towards center, as he likely would have taken a big chunk of damage if he did go in. We'll see, though, if he's able to get in for this next engagement. Next orb spawning at 5.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage out. And both his teammates playing back a little bit, want to keep this mid control, trying to push forward as Ninjas. The pull is going to give it for YOUNGSUNG. They do get it. They get their second orb. And then a good pull and gets a good bit of damage off on Space Station.
Yeah, the shield is used too to make sure the Rukon doesn't take too much damage while he can't use that consume. Really nice inhibitor's guard. And speaking of damage, a decent amount of it coming out onto Bloom. He's going to run away with that ulti.
Yeah, Bloom, defensive ult coming out. And they wanted to aggress on a Rare Peep, but the inhibitor's guard was available again. Taking a bit of damage on the backside. Does pop the counter, now moving in. Up on the top, they try to get some pressure onto Bloom. Proster gonna go in, trying to find Ninjas. There's nothing.
Ninjas has done literally everything right in the past 10 seconds. They might be able to find a kill on the Proster. As a result, Ninjas is so good. Ninjas, not only did he cancel out the Rook ultimate, but he also didn't hit the counter and then enabled the Resh to hit his silence combo. Ninjas absolutely carrying his team in this round.
YOUNGSUNG going to take this to match point and possibly sweep Space Station Gaming.
Dude, what? Can you imagine a world in which YOUNGSUNG 3-0s SSG?
They're about to.
We are about to. This is the timeline we are living in.
Space Station has to win the rest of their games here. They got to win 2 straight just to go to map 4.
And yeah, the pressure's on.
Yeah.
There is not a higher pressure moment for these guys. Of course, they want to continue being the best as they won the World Finals in Season 1.
These are the world champions of Battlerite Pro League Season 1.
Yeah, to have it hanging over their head that they couldn't repeat it would be pretty massive. I can't help but feel like they are definitely feeling it in this moment. And YOUNGSUNG, they're riding the hype train.
YOUNGSUNG, if you want to play a defensive style of Battlerite, this is the team that you look at on how to do it and how to do it well. You rely on combos and you consistently land combos. They do so well. Proster, early in this round, wants to get things going for Space Station. They've had some early success, but haven't been able to close out rounds.
YOUNGSUNG get the first orb, Jorby. This is a great start, and not too much damage comes out onto the Rukon.
Oh, and a big damage onto a Verse. A Verse in a tough spot right now. The Shatter just missing him and forces the leap out, but he's still in trouble. The time travel gonna come in after he pops the tractor beam. Can't find much value out of it. It just bails him out for now, and he's still getting a lot of pressure from Ninjas.
Dude, Ninjas is doing so much work. He just sat there in the face of both the Verse and Bloom and was like, you can't touch me. He found a lot of damage, but speaking of damage, Cheater's getting so low here. It's a race to kill one of the members of each team. As the Verse has to run away, and Cheater might find the kills on bottom, but he misses the Sinister Strike. And now the ultimate comes out from Bloom, and it does land. They're likely going to find the kill here. Oh, they get so close to getting the kill on the Vresh, but the R is available at the end.
Crap, Verse, how are you still alive? The machine gun's going to come out. He's going to pop it and get a ton of damage out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is getting so incredibly close here. The Sinister Strike from Jeter coming out to relocate him back to safety. This next orb spawning in about 10 seconds, and it's so incredibly important for both teams. So many members of each team on this game, or in this game, so low and within burst range. A Verse, you sneeze on this dude, he might die. The EXQ used.
A Verse wants it. Oh, the pull, but he jumps away. The leap was available, but this is the chance. The time travel isn't going to find him. No. And Ninja's able to get out. He goes back in.
Dead.
And Proster goes down. If it stays this way, YOUNGSUNG are going to move on and eliminate Space Station Gaming, but they get the trade. This is huge for Space Station, and they want to move on this.
Oh, but they get the kill.
Gets smacked in the face. Space Station Gaming going to be
Bloom.
Oh, he pulls almost. Trying to force the 1v1. Bloom trying to clutch it out for Space Station right now, just to stay alive in map 3. He's doing everything. He's popped every ability. Needs this orb. He doesn't get it. Does not get the orb, but he not able to follow through.
Space Station Gaming are out of the finals,
They're gone. YOUNGSUNG 3-0 in maps. But man, that was That was every game, every map went to at least round 8.
And yeah, I cannot believe that in 3-0 fashion, Space Station Gaming have been eliminated from the North American Regional Finals. They're walking home with $1,500, but they lose a huge chunk of pride here as they